Welcome back to YouTube channel Nareen here. So this is the first section from chapter 5. We will start from chapter 5, which is trigonometric functions. And we will go through section 5.1, angles and their measure. Angles and their measures. Now to discuss on this, we will first start from the definition, and the definition is a ray. The definition of ray: a ray is a part of a line, that consists of an endpoint and all points on the line to one side of the endpoint, So this is the definition, but what does this mean? So this means, say we have any ray PQ. So PQ ray means this is say point P and this is say point Q. So this is the endpoint, one of the endpoint, and this is another point. So normally I like to say it initial point. So if we look back to the definition, so it is a part of a line. So it is a part, this PQ is a part of this whole line that consists of an endpoint and all the points on the line. So all the points along this line to one side of the endpoint, this endpoint. So normally, but I like to refer it as an initial point. Now, so this is ray PQ. Similarly, we can draw another ray which is in this direction. Say this is Q and this is P, and so initial point of ray QP. So this is ray QP. We put an arrow on the overhead. Now, are these two and this is before that, this is endpoint or initial point, okay, So question: are these two rays PQ and QP equal? Are these two rays equal? So the answer, what do you think? Please pause the video and try to answer this question. If you have paused the video and answered the question, now let's try to match the answer with the actual answer. So these two rays are not equal. They are not equal. Why? Why is that? Because the starting point or the initial point for both of the rays and the other points are in different direction, and the initial point is different, hence they are not equal. So this is the definition of a ray. Now, how, since our section is angles and their measure, how is angle formed? So before that, it was necessary to go through the definition of ray. Now, how is angle formed? So the definition of the angle. Another definition: an angle is formed is formed by rotating a ray about its endpoint, or the initial point, endpoint. So this is the definition of angle, whereas we have another definitions included here. Initial side of the angle. So initial side, so we have another definition. Initial side of the angle is the starting position of the ray. Starting position of the ray. Position of the ray. And what is terminal side? Terminal side, I will explain in a while figuratively. Terminal side of the angle is the final position of the ray, is the final position of the ray. And what is the vertex? And the vertex of the angle is the common endpoint. Vertex of the angle is the common endpoint, often named by capital letter, or uppercase letters, capital letter, such as A, B, etc. So what does these definition mean figuratively? So it means, say we have any initial side, say this is vertex, or so just an endpoint of ray AB. Say this is ray AB, and if we rotate this ray in this direction, and say this is another position of AB, say this is new position B prime. Now this angle created here is the angle formed by this rotating. Here by rotation, here this side is called initial side, whereas this side over here is called terminal side. This is called terminal side, and this point here is called vertex. Initial side, terminal side, and the vertex. The vertex are always denoted by capital letters. Sometimes we also denote these angles by this sign, angle A, or sometimes you read this angle like angle B prime AB, or some may read as BA B prime. So vertex at the middle position. Okay. Now there is another definition. Before we get into the measure of the angle, there is another definition which is very important. This angle, this angle that we just created here, just formed here, is said to be, so an angle is in standard position if its vertex is at origin, in xy plane, and its initial side is positive x-axis. So what does this mean? So this means we have an coordinate axis. So this is xy coordinate axis, or you can also say it xy plane. So at the origins, the vertex is at the origin, say this is O. So and this is some initial side, so there is some line here, okay, and there is initial side, and say this is the angle, another ray, the terminal side. So initial side, this is initial side, this is terminal side. So this angle formed here, this angle theta, say this is angle theta, is the here theta is in standard position. Standard position. So positive x-axis is always initial side, and the terminal side can be anywhere, but initial side has to be the positive x-axis and the vertex has to be at origin. So such position of the angle is called standard position. Now question comes, once we have angle, how these angles are measured? How these angles are measured? How? Measurement. So we have so first of all, before measuring this, what does this measurement of any angle means? So this measurement of angle means is the measure of an angle, the measure of an angle quantifies the direction, and amount of rotation, from initial side to the terminal side, initial side to terminal side. So amount quantifies the direction and the direction, which direction, for example in this direction, in this case, and amount of rotation, how much it is rotated from initial side. So this is the measure of angle provides us. Now some conventions. So if you are moving in counterclockwise direction, this angle is always taken as positive value. Counterclockwise, when you are moving as clockwise direction, it is always taken to be negative. Now there are different ways of measuring angles. So measure of angles. So in this video I will there are two measures of angles. In this video I will cover only one, but I will list both. So first is degree measure of angle, and number two is radian measure of angle. However, there are many other systems also, grades and other things, which we will not discuss, which is beyond the scope of this video. So first let's discuss the degree measure of this angle. Now in degree measure of this angle, this is one of the ways to measure an angle. So to measure this type of this degree measure, this is suited for engineering, surveying and navigation purposes, whereas this we will discuss later. Okay, for this case it is suited for engineering, surveying and navigation. Or I can also list the another is suited for trigonometry and calculus. This is suited for trigonometry and calculus. So you will see that more of the many of the problems, they are stated in terms of the angles are stated in terms of radian measures in calculus. That is the one of the reasons. So let's go through first degree measure of angles. So in degree measure of angles, one full rotation of a ray about its endpoints, one full rotation of one ray. Say you have one ray here, and if you are rotating one full rotation, so it makes the angle of 360 degrees. We say 360 degree, and this is the notation. And since if you divide this into 360 parts, so 1 degree will be, whole circle is 360 degree, but if you divide into 360 parts, so 1 degree will be 1 over 360 of full rotation, 360 of one full rotation. So this is one way of uh, finding the degree. This is the degree measure. Now what do we do next is that we can divide further this 360 degrees into 60 equal parts. So 60 equal parts, 60 parts, and each part is called minutes. And if we further divide it into another 60 parts, and that is called seconds. That is called seconds. So if we try to write the conversion and formulas for this, 1 minute equals 1 minute equal to 1 over 60 degree, which is also in mathematical notation it is written in this form, 1 over 60 degree, and 1 second written in this fashion is equivalent to double prime equals 1 over 60 minute, 1 over 60 minute, 1 over 60 minute. And if you try to convert it into further degrees, so 1 over 3600 seconds. So this is the conversion formula. Next we have some special type of names, special name of certain angles, special name of certain angles. The special names of certain angles. So first of all, complementary angle. So two angles are said to be complementary if sum of two angles is 90 degree, and it is called supplementary angle if the sum of two angle is 180 degree. So for example 45 degree. So I want to find complement. So complement, since sum is 90, I can find the complement of 45 by subtracting it from 90 degree, correct, which is 45. Similarly, supplementary, how to find supplementary? Since sum is 180 degree, I can find the supplementary angle to 45 degree by subtracting from 180 degree, which is 135 degree. So an angle complement to 45 degree is 45 degree itself, but an angle supplement to 45 degree is 135 degree. So this is how we find. Next, let's solve few problems where we convert the angles to decimal degrees and other way around. So question how to convert into decimal degrees. Okay, so say convert to decimal degrees, convert to decimal degrees. So say you are given 38 degrees and 12 minutes, 38 degrees and 12 minutes. So how to convert this into corresponding degrees? So you only, since 38 is already in degrees, you only change this 12 minute to degrees. So how do you write it? You only change this 12 minute to degrees. So 1 minute equals, what was the conversion formula? This was the conversion formula. 1 minute equals to 1 over 60 degrees. So you multiply with this by this value into equals 12 times 1 by 60. Whatever you get is in degrees now. So which is approximately, if you use calculator and find this value, 0.2. So this value is 38.2. So you add these two values, the general concept is 32 in degrees. So this is 38.02 degrees. So this is how we convert from degree minute system, seconds, degree minute DMS to degrees. Let's convert. So this is only to degree and minutes. Let's say we have any angle 120.45 degrees, and we want in DMS system, so in terms of degree, minutes and seconds. So how to do that? Since 120.45 is in degree, 120 is a whole degree, so first I will split it into two things, 0.45 degree, correct? So no need to change this to the degree, this is already in degree. I will only change this into the minutes first. So this is 0.45 into 1 by 60 minute. So what do I get here is I get 27 minutes. So this whole thing becomes 120 degrees and 27 minutes. This is DMS system. This is very easy. Similarly, we can do other problems. If you want to do other problems, I can list few of them here. So for example, 159.26 degrees, and other things corresponding to this example. To find the decimal degree, you can find 33 degree, 36 minutes, 28 seconds. So we apply, since here is seconds, you can apply multiply by 1 over 3600. Okay, in this case 1 over 3600. So this is how we do the math while converting from DMS to just degrees, or degrees to DMS. Next time we will cover the radian measures of the angles. Until then, keep watching, keep learning, and please do not forget to subscribe, like and share with your friends. Thank you so much. Have a great day.